What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Eddie's World of Figures. Now, I know it's been quite some time since my last figure review, especially with me being sick and everything, but I'm back. I can actually speak. I'm excited. I actually have a very special figure you guys see here. It's the one and only Son Gohan Beast, but not only any other version of the Beast, but this is the event exclusive from 2025. I'm very happy to own this guy. I still own my original, and I can't wait to get into the comparisons to see what the key differences are with this guy. As you guys already see, you have the aura effect. But without further ado, let's get right into this review. All right, guys, starting out, let's go over the box. So, as you guys can see, has this really nice event exclusive, box design that Tamashii likes doing. You have the black background and the purple silhouette that's going on the figure. I really love the event exclusive boxes. I say, in my opinion, actually like the event exclusive boxes over the basic boxes, but again, that's just my opinion. I like both, but as far as design wise, just how it looks, I like these. But you still have the Tamashii Nations logo here, an exclusive logo. Another thing I want to point out, because this particular figure here has been bootlegged pretty, let me get my words out here correctly. This particular figure right here has been bootlegged a lot lately. So for you guys, I want you to really pay attention to the official logos and stickers, because what I've noticed, the bootlegs have managed to copy the box design and everything, and it looks just like the official, but it's missing the official logos, like the Tamashii Nations quality seal sticker here, the Bandai logo. Tamashii Nations, like I pointed out before, is then the exclusive edition. Of course, the Dragon Ball superhero logo, and most importantly, the toy animation sticker here for the regions. So please guys, if you're shopping around trying to get this guy for a decent price and you come across a listing, the box looks okay, but it's missing these stickers here. Like, it should have all of these except like the toy animation sticker will be, depending on where you're ordering, it might be the Japanese one where it has the gold, or just look out for that. Make sure what needs to be on the box, like shown here in my box, is the official one, is there. So I don't want you guys getting screwed over. But back in the box itself with the designs, you have a nice silhouette of Gohan, the figure, with his aura effects. You have the figure's name over here in white, all nice. You have your nice window so you can see the figure and the accessories. Figure will sit here right in the middle. Let's flip this guy around. You have this really nice picture of Gohan and the aura effect. Of course, you have the Son Gohan Beast, the logo at the bottom. All these nice colors out. Like the box itself, the contrasted figure is just a nice touch. Move the camera up just a little bit here. So you have the SS Figuarts at the top. Of course, the bootleg box is not going to have the SS Figuarts or the official names on it because copyright. On the back, you have your base picture here that's showing, it's pretty much the exact picture that's on the left side of the box. But you have nice pictures of the figure and a couple action poses, to kind of show you what's going on here. You have your legal stickers at the bottom, the typical stuff with Tamashii Nations. I ain't gonna go too in depth because I do this almost every video. Again, on the other side of the box, you have your name of the figure, Son Gohan Beast, then exclusive edition. It's got the Dragon Ball superhero logo at the bottom, and once again, SS Figuarts at the top. We flip this box around again. We have the SS Figuarts, pretty much just saying what they are. Of course, you have another open window so you can see into that box. there I am. You guys can see me. I'm a real person. Not too much in there, but you still can make out. Hey, here I am. Fix my glasses here. Anyhow, at the bottom, you have also a nice little picture of Gohan in his smirking face, because you know he's about ready to kick some butt in this form. All nice stuff. Just like I always mention, what I love about the Tamashii Nation boxes, they really cater to the collectors, whether you being an inbox collector or you're taking a figure out or you're putting this box somewhere. You have the liberty to place this box however you like on your shelf. Front facing down, like just laying there. You have all these good little designs that you can do. You can even lay it sideways if you like. It doesn't matter. However you want to set this box up on your display shelf or whatever it may be, it's going to look good regardless. And I love that. So that's enough about the box. Let's get the accessories out and let's see exactly what comes with this guy. And I'll go over the price too, what I paid for him, because it was retail, but I'll go over that once I get the accessories out. So let me get that out the way, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have the clamshells out of the box. You guys see it comes with two, but what I've gone and done as well is I've taken the time to pretty much disassemble my aura effect, and I just want to give you guys pretty much a solid representation of what you're getting once you get, if you decide to get this guy. Of course, the figure, will be sitting over here in this clamshell, all relaxed. But I do want to give this bit of warning, and I did kind of make the mistake with my Super Saiyan 2 Goku that I have, because this aura effect is pretty much the exact same as that aura effect. I have the exclusive Majin Vegeta 2, and yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing a review of those later on. But I just want to warn you guys, whenever you're pretty much assembling the aura effect, these lightning effects are hard plastic. Now the aura effect is, I wouldn't say it's hard plastic, but is a bit of softer plastic than what the aura effect is. But when you're pushing it in, do be careful, because the lightning effects do have a chance to crack or pretty much break apart. I did that on accident the first time with my Super Saiyan 2 Goku with the aura effect down. I didn't know any better. It was my first, this was years ago. I didn't know anything about all that. And I was pressing a little too hard and ended up cracking the end, let's see, like somewhere in here where I'm pointing, like right in there. But just to let you know, to make it a little easier for you, I learned just take the aura effect or the lightning effect. Well, really the aura effect itself. It doesn't have to be boiling hot water, but just heat the thing up in like some warm water. Let it soak for a little bit, soften up just a tad, and then it'll make the lightning effects a lot easier to press in. That's it. That's how I want to say, keep you guys from making that mistake like I made, because I've heard people breaking theirs, and of course they're upset, rightfully so, like what the heck. But anyhow, just like the original, you come with, of course, your 6 additional hands, including, a special beam cannon hand. So 7 altogether, 7 hands. You have your cross arms, just like the original. You have your 3 additional face plates, of course, including the one that comes on the figure. You have the aura effect and the lightning effects. Now, I'm sure you guys are noticing something is missing. Of course, other YouTubers have talked about this. I know I'm super late to all this, but this is Eddie Worlds of Figures review. This special beam cannon effect, of course, is from my original Gohan Beast. Now, it would have been cool if they included this, but at the same time, I understand they pretty much changed it out for the aura effect. Which sucks, if you don't have the original, then you just don't have this effect. You're kind of at the whim of just trying to get this offline, online off somebody. But just let you know, if you plan on getting this guy, do not expect to have a special beam cannon effect in there. And yes, I do have my original Gohan out, because I will be doing a comparison of the two later on in the video. As you guys can see, already clear differences, but we'll get into that later in the video. So I'm going to take a quick little intermission here. I don't want to take these, parts out of the clamshell, and I want to get a close up of the accessories. So let me do that, and I'll be right back. The sessions and chaining, we're still on accessories, and of course the clamshell and stuff like that. But I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I have the accessories out of the clamshells, and I just want to take the time to go over, what you see here a lot more in detail. So starting out with the aura effect, bring this in a little closer. I'm really liking the paint that they did with this guy. So you see they could have just, done plain Jane plastic. They did not, especially this being an exclusive from SDCC Comic-Con. So let me bring this in just a little bit further. This guy has a nice bit of paint and detail. Of course, like the base plastic is like a clear plastic. It's actually two parts of plastic. So you have like this first layer that's got some purple clear into it, and then it's painted at the tips with a bit of pink, but not just any pink. Like you guys see that in the camera, it's got like a little bit of pearlescent in it. It's beautiful, beautiful. And I'm hoping my camera is doing this justice, just to show you guys just how gorgeous this aura effect is. Now the second layer that's on the outside here, I guess you can say like maybe the big part is the first layer and the second, but you get where I'm going at here. The outer layer is a clear plastic, as you guys see, is letting in light beautifully, but at the tips it has a nice frosted paint on it, and it's not where it's just taken away from the light or anything like that. Light still getting through, and it's just beautiful. This is hands down my favorite aura effect in my collection, because I actually have all the aura effects, even the SDCC Broly. What's the SDCC? That was actually the NYCC Broly. I do not have that figure. I just bought the aura effect from that figure. I have that, as I showed with my Broly figure, a couple of views ago. But this hands down is my favorite. Let me go ahead and just show you guys what I was talking about with the lightning effect here. Even the lightning effect has this, it's not just like a basic clear plastic. It's been painted with a really nice shade of pink, so it just contrasts off the aura. So if you guys, what I've learned is, warm this up a little bit, and you take it. You don't have to, just pop it in. I say pop it in. You don't have to force it in. If you feel tension, you can actually press in like so, and you kind of twist in a little bit, and just ease it, and then you'll pop in like so. So that is just what I've learned to kind of manage it a little bit better, because again, this is hard plastic and it is prone to crack. And just to give you guys a better example of like where I split my Super Saiyan 2 Goku one, luckily it did not break, but it does have like a hairline fracture through it. It was pretty much like in here on one of the lightning effects. I can't remember exactly which one, but to give you guys an example of like how easy it is to break these things. So I'm gonna pop another one in for you guys just to show what I'm doing. All I'm doing is taking my thumb. I'm trying not to put too much pressure here. That's what I did before. I was putting too much pressure with my thumb on this section, and all I'm doing is keeping my thumb kind of in the thick part where I'm pretty much pegging it in, and I'm just gonna, as I'm slowly pushing in, I'm twisting and a rotating motion, and it pops in pretty easy. Just a little trick I'm passing on here from my own experience over the last couple years. But yeah, I'll do that off camera. I don't want to take too much time in that. All right, fix that aura effect later. All right, so next, these beautiful crossed arms. And if you own the original, I'm sure you're already noticing some differences before I even point it out. They've done, let me get my words out here a little quickly, because I'm looking at it on camera, like I'm astonished too. But they've gone and painted the armbands also to reflect like that metallic pearl. And when I say it looks gorgeous to me, because I have the original, I'm gonna go ahead and, because I have the original literally right here to my left because I'm going to be doing the comparison later on. I'm going to do it right now. You guys see how the original, it's just a matte finish, which both are still good. Look at the camera here. Both are still good in their, representative. I say, making my words out here correctly. Both are phenomenal for what they're representing. This one is your original P Bandai release that has the matte finish on it, and this is the event exclusive that has the the exclusive paint. Now I'm sure you guys are noticing maybe something else a little bit off too. The cross arms for the event exclusive is a little bit paler than the original, and I get why. It's supposed to be kind of a bit of the aura effect. It's supposed to be lighting up the skin a little bit more. I do prefer the lively tone on the original than the palish color, but I like both. I will say I like the colors of, I'm talking about the armband, I like the colors of the event exclusive. I wish there was kind of like an in-between, but it is what it is. I'm loving both. So let's get into the faceplates real quick. Fell off the table here. All right. So as you guys can see, this is the yelling face, or pretty much like him powering up. Gorgeous face sculpt. Look at how clean the lines are. It even has like the premium paint on it too. Excuse me. Anyhow, it has the premium paint on it and has the pearlescent in it. Pearlescent. I can't even say the word. Get the camera focusing, you guys can see that a little better. Look at that shine. A little bit of flake in it too. Like, that is so beautiful. Even on the side of the hair, you can see it a lot better too. Like, look at that flake. Just gorgeous. And yes, the faceplate has that lighter tone in it too, to represent, the aura effect just floating around. Say floating, but pretty much engulfing Gohan. He's in that B state. The mouth details are also nice and clean. And I do want to point out, because I'm going to forget to mention this, this guy was $90 retail. And I managed to get this guy from Premium Bandai once he was listed there for pre-order. I did not attend the San Diego Comic-Con to get this guy in hand, because I live all the way in New England, so I can attend the New York Comic-Con, and I will be attending that this year. But here's the side-eyed face when he's looking, like, yeah, you think you're messing with. But same thing, the paint application does not change. Beautifully laid out and printed. All the lines are real neat. You can really see pretty much the detail that went into this guy, especially with like his forehead, side of his mouth here. Just amazing. Especially how far Tamashii has come. Here's his grinning face. And I will do this real quick for comparison, just to show you guys, here's the original, and here's the new faceplate over here from the event exclusive. Pretty much the exact same face, except this one is lighter in tone, and this one's that lively skin tone to it. Both gorgeous in their own way. Look at that. Matte compared to the, slightly glossy paint that's been done. I like either or. All right. So that's pretty much it for the accessories. So let's get into the figure itself, and let's get into its details. So let me get them out, and I'll be right back. Okay, got Gohan back out here with an event exclusive version. And most people do not like the pearlescent paint job that's been going on the event exclusives lately, but they really knocked it out the park with this version of Gohan. The purple, just the different tones, stuff like that, it is, to me, gorgeous. Like, this is my very, man, I have so many Gohans in my collection, and I know I have to get to reviewing them all because I have so many figures. I have over 100. But this, hands down, as of right now, is my favorite Gohan figure in my collection. Just because of just like the colors. And I'm not trying to be biased here. I'm being straight up. Like, I've been collecting figures for years now, and Tamashii Nation, sometimes they mess up, and sometimes they actually hit it out the park with these figures. And this is one of them, because the original Gohan, I'm going to bring him out. So I'm going to do a comparison while I'm doing the details of this figure here. At the same time, because I can be here all day with this guy. Not necessarily all day, but I've already done a detailed review of the original, so I'm not going to go too far, because you can go back and watch that video. But look at the differences. Like, look how much a decent, paint job can change up a figure. Like, this figure was already amazing, but this looks like a premium figure here on my right. Like, of course, the original Gohan has this matte tone to it, and it looks fine because look, it's all matte. But they've went a little bit further and they've painted the hair on the event exclusive. But not only is it painted, but it's, and most people don't like this. Of course, it's like that clear plastic, but it has that nice shading on it, that nice paint job on it, and I'm loving it. Everything has this nice premium paint job to it. Look at the pearlism. Like, it could have just been this crappy paint job, but like when the light hits it, it really lights up this figure. The belt tone, all of it's amazing. And I can't wait to get to articulation too. Like, I won't stay too long on the details. Like, everything is still as good as the original. There's like, they did not skip out on anything. They didn't half-ass this at all. The paint application is still really good, because they paint the tear here with the skin. And matter of fact, the paint to me looks better than what the original looks like. Everything looks amazing. And I'm just taking a minute to take all this in, and I'm giving you guys a bit too, compare the two. But like, look, once again, like how big of a difference a good paint job does. Especially, of course, like the plastic is just a little bit different in tone, but that's just to complement, the paint job they were going for with this guy. Let's take a bit, yeah. But I actually prefer this Gohan over this one. Like, I'm not gonna get rid of my original. I love both, but this one right here, I wish this is what we got from the start, but it's okay. Like, this really, whoops. But this really sets off, that moment when Gohan first transformed. He was all serious and everything. Like, just simply amazing. Like, I'm loving, again, the face plates, how everything's super detailed. He still has all the scratches, the tears. It still has that soft rubber up top. And I've mentioned this before. Be careful when you place these figures that have the soft rubber on them, because if you put them in direct sunlight, that sun is going to pretty much dry rot them. It's going to eat it away. It's going to become very brittle. Another thing I want to point out too is, again, the paint. Again, be careful where you place this guy. You don't want to place him in like a very hot area, anything like that, because all it's going to do is going to cause the paint to kind of, I'm not going to say peel, and it's very strange with these type of paints that are used for these figures. It makes it sticky. That's basically where I can put it. Like, the paint heats up and it's like it becomes all sticky. Hot Toys back in the day had a problem with this, with the paints and materials they were using. They've gotten a lot better since then, but over time, the paints and the materials would start deteriorating and become very brittle and falling apart. I haven't had that case with my original Gohan. I do my best to take care of him. He is in a cabinet. The rubber isn't deteriorating, anything like that. But I'm going to be doing an extra bit of care. Like, when I touch my figures, I wash my hands, make sure there's no finger oil and that getting on them. But it's a bit of warning for you guys, especially with the hair and the body itself. But all right, I feel like I've spent enough time on the details here, you know, with the paints, the application, everything again is beautiful, especially on the feet and everything. Like everything is painted. Like they did not miss anything. Like the wristbands, the shoes, everything is phenomenal. What they did, like there's no drips, there's no paint chips, none of that, and the paint itself isn't obstructing anything. But all right, I feel like that's enough. Let me get into the articulation. And yes, I'm going to be kind of doing a comparison between the two with articulation to see exactly like if there's anything hindered. You know, spoiler alert, there really isn't, because it's the exact same figure, just different paint job. But we're going to do it anyway, because I'm going to show you guys on camera, like, hey, regardless of this phenomenal paint job, he still gets down and dirty. But let me get the rest of this other stuff out of the way, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. So I have the original Gohan in the back, just kind of chilling. And first thing I want to do is see just how good this guy's arm range is. And of course, it's going to be exact same as that guy, so I won't spend too much time in this. Of course, he can build his arms up that far, just the original. It's not going to be a complete T-pose because, again, the way they designed the shirt, it has that little tab there. And be careful. When the original Gohan came out, and I'm sure this one included, people were overextending the arms, and it was tearing the arm sleeve here. You guys see here, like it's pretty much glued in place. But do be mindful of that and be careful. Now, he still has that 360 arm rotation at the shoulder. Same thing on the right arm. Bicep rotation is still good. Same thing on the left arm. Whoops. Rotating this shoulder here. Rotate this bicep back. He still has that really nice butterfly swivel here, or butterfly joints, as you guys see in there. Again, this is the exact same figure that's in the back. So if you have that one and you get this one, expect the exact same thing. Still have those phenomenal double joints. You guys can see here. Arm still goes all the way to his bicep, really good. Same thing on the left arm. Still have those phenomenal wrist pegs. In regards to the premium paint, nothing is obstructed. And I do want to mention real quickly, all the parts that are on the event exclusive are interchangeable with the original back there, as the original is interchangeable with the new event exclusive. The only thing is, you know, of course, the different color tones that you guys see here, that is pretty much it. So you can play around with this. You can pretty much put this head, you know, on the original body, and I will do that for you guys. I'll do that a little bit towards the end of this articulation real quick to show you guys that, you know, I'm not bullshitting here. You can literally change out all of these parts if you like, but he still has that same, you know, waist rotation, full 360. Paint isn't stopping anything. Still has that crappy ab crunch. It's almost non-existent or not existing at all, which does suck. Still has that nice leg movement here, and kick his leg up that far. Same thing for the right leg. Still has that nice bit of you know, splits, really good. Still has that, you know, upper thigh rotation, and it's all nice smooth too. Rotate that around. Still has that really nice double knee joints. He can put his back of his calf all the way into his thigh as far as it'll go. And the only thing that's stopping is pretty much just the way the plastic is cut, you know, to show up his pants. Same thing on the right leg, all the way in. And you guys can see more like how much is painted. Like they did not skip a beat on any of this. All right, same thing on the feet. Now, unfortunately, they did not fix the feet. He still suffers from that weird freaking ankle joint where it only goes in that far. but it does have the side-to-side swivel, you guys can see, and it does rotate in the full 360 still. Still has that really nice toe hinge. Same thing on the left leg. Up and down, only that far, but side to side, it's phenomenal. And still has 360 rotation with the really nice toe swivel. As far as the head, exact same thing. Still has that ugly gap that gets created when he looks up as the original. Fortunately, they did not fix that. But what they did fix the clearance, and I will show this right quick. They did fix the weird clearance where like the face starts separating from the hair. They did fix that. So let me show that off real quick. So it's not the best, but they did fix it just a little bit because the face will start separating from the hair. So if you're looking down, it stays flush a little bit. Let's see there. Yeah, the way they designed this face and the hair was a little weird, but I guess that's all they could think of to do it. Now, there are some third-party head sculpts that, of course, do the heads a lot better than what Tamashii did. And you're more than welcome to, swap those out if you want with this body. But, as promised, I'm going to remove the Beast Gohan head. As you saw, that came off really smooth. And I'm going to take off the original head here. And I'm going to pop it on the new one. Well, new head on the old body. There you go. Or you can do this. I'm going to remove the hair, the front hair bang. This is the original face, as you can see here. This is the, sorry, let me get my words here. I said that wrong. This is the event exclusive face. I'm going to set that to the side over here with the event exclusive body. And I'm going to take the original faceplate. I'm going to remove the hair bang. And just to show you guys, this is the original faceplate. Once again, just confirmed because it has the matte paint. This is the event exclusive hair. As you guys see, it's a little bit translucent with the paint. And you can pack that right in. And you can mix and match these parts if you like. It gives you just more for your photography or whatever it is that you're doing, whatever scenes. So now you have that nice pearlescent hair with the matte face on the original body. And you can mix and match these however you like. Pretty cool, right? And I just want to show you guys, like, there's so many possibilities if you have these two figures in your collection. All right. So that's pretty much it for articulation. Again, I've already gone in depth with the original Gohan over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all this back together and pretty much get into my final thoughts with all this stuff. Oh, another thing is I want to mention before I do my final thoughts, I almost forgot. Yes, the special beam cannon is interchangeable as well, and I will show that. The peg fits just the same. Ooh, that looks weird without his face. Sorry guys, let me put that in real quick. Bear with me. Make sure this is the exclusive. Put all this back together. And I want to quickly show that off real quick. Sorry, his foot's in the camera. It's going to be a little rough. I'm just hurrying up and doing this. But just to show you guys, this is the original special beam cannon from my original Gohan over there. And just to show you, yes, special beam cannon does work with the event exclusive. And that is because this is literally the exact same body, just different paint style. There you go. And of course, I'm going to use the stand if you like, to help support it, because this is susceptible to breaking because of how the plastic is. It's molded. But I just want to show you guys real quick before I move on to my last section. But yeah, everything is interchangeable. That's what's cool about these two Gohans, if you own the two. But alright guys, that's enough of that. Got these guys back together. Let's get into my final thoughts for the two. All right, guys. So this is pretty much my final thoughts for the figure. So I'll be quick. Is it worth having this figure if you already own the original? I say yes. Why do I say yes? That's because you're pretty much getting things that did not come with the original. And most importantly, that being this aura effect in the back. Yes, I wish they just included this with the original, because when Gohan first transforms into Beast, he does this. But at the same time, I thought, I've had this figure for some time and I've had time to reflect on it. I'm sure they did this, and they probably already had this planned out for some time to do this version. Maybe they didn't, I don't know. But anyhow, my point is, they probably did this to save on costs. The original was not that expensive at the time. It was, I remember correctly, it's been a while, around 60 to 65 bucks to pre-order. And it came with the special beam cannon and pretty much the exact same accessories that the Bin exclusive comes with, minus the aura effect you guys see here. Now, if you don't own any of the Gohans, which one is better to pick? In my opinion, I would say this is a tough one. I've actually put some extra thought into it. So let me back up here. If you don't have either of the Gohans, which one would be best to pick? And I would say it's whatever you feel like you like the most, because either one is good. Unfortunately, you're missing one. You're missing something out of the other. If you like the original and the matte finish that it is, I say get the original. And that's if you feel that way. Get the original. If you're more into the nice pearlescent paint and you like your aura effects and things like that, get the event exclusive. You'll just be missing out on the special beam cannon that comes with the original. Now, if you're a special case like myself and you're able to own them both, I say own them both. Go for both of them, because you're able to interchange the parts in between the two of them, because they're pretty much the exact same figure, just two different color palettes. Plus, you'll have the aura effect with the other and the special beam cannon, and you can interchange those. So it's like you're having the best of both worlds by having two of them. And on top of that, more posabilities, because you're having more accessories to do more action poses. And I will say, price wise, this guy hasn't gotten too out of hand. Retail was $90. This guy over here was $60 to $65. He's ranging between 130 to 140 right now. The highest I've seen him get to was like $150-ish. Still not too bad, because it's not double the price of retail. Now, the original is hovering around the same price, and it's in between like what your budget is. If you can afford both of them, you can spend the money, get them both. If you're kind of tight on money right now, because I know the economy is rough, just do your best. Because you can look into it, listen to a reviewer, and be like, well, you tell me which is best. I can't always do that. A lot of it's up to your discretion and how much money you're willing to spend into this stuff. You might not like this version over here. You might not like the bin exclusive. You might like the original because of the matte finish. Or there are some people out there that might not like the matte finish and they prefer the bin exclusive because of the shininess that's on there. It's really up to the collector's preference. And all I'm saying is, all I'm laying out is, the pros and cons of both. There aren't too many cons, because you're pretty much having the exact same figure. The only con is, they're missing accessories from each other, which is understandable. But with all that being said, I don't want to drag this out too long. The figure here, it is amazing. Whether you get it or not, it's an amazing figure. And that's not just me trying to gaslight the figure or anything like that. I've had this figure in my collection now for some time. I've had time to mess with it. If it's going to break, it was going to break, but it hasn't. I haven't had any problems, anything like that. It has been a phenomenal addition to the collection to add alongside his original counterpart. So that's pretty much all I got to say as far as the figures. That pretty much wraps it up for me. I do want to add in this little final thing. I've mentioned this before I got sick. I do have a Discord server that I set up. You guys are still welcome to join me and have discussions there. If you like, it's just a little safe realm for us to talk about the figures, what you guys have, which issues you experience with certain figures, things like that. Or if there's things that you want me to review that you've seen or might have in your own collection that you haven't seen in mine, let me know. Another thing I want to do, since we're coming up into the mid-year, I do want to do a collection update, because my very first video was showing my entire collection. My collection has of course grown since then. It's continued to grow, and I'm well over 100 figures. I have to do a recount, see where I'm at, but I would love to show you guys where I'm at currently with figures. But without further ado, wrap this up. I don't want to hold you guys here. I appreciate the subscribers that I do have. I'm glad that new subscribers are coming and they're enjoying my content. I've had some positive feedback, and I really do appreciate that, you guys, for that. I'm trying to get better at the way I edit, the way I manage my videos, my timing and things like that. I try not to hold you guys up too long in the video, but at the same time, I like to do my best to go over the details of the figures, how I feel about them. I try to be, I'm going to be honest about it. Like, if the figure sucks, I'm going to say it sucks. And that's in my opinion. If it's good, then I'm going to tell you straight up that it's good. But if you stayed all the way to the end of the video, I really appreciate that. As always, stay tuned for my polls sections. And I've gotten pretty good at pretty much segmenting the videos out, so you guys are not having to watch it all the way through. If there's certain sections that you want to watch, hey, feel free to do that. But with all that said and done, guys, I'll let you go. Until the next video, I'll see you then. Y'all take care.